So when you're doing the static stretching, there's a few things that you want to look out for. We're not looking to do sharp stretching to where the muscles feel like they're going to rip or any sharp types of pain. But you do want to have that point of tension through the muscles that you feel an effective stretch. So that's going to be like the only thing to look out for. The first one that we're going to do is we're going to go from the top of the body down. So we'll do a neck stretch. Neck stretch, you can be standing or you can be on your knees. I find it a little bit more comfortable to be on my knees. And we'll start with the right side always going over to the left side. Dropping the head over to the right side, you're going to start to feel some pulling through here. Start to ground through that left shoulder, starting to feel it go a little bit lower. And slowly drop that chin coming up. So holding this for a few moments, you want to have a nice closed mouth. Do not go from an open mouth to tightening because that will intensify your muscle pull. But you want to keep it just to a point that you can feel it here through the neck or possibly through the jawline. Holding for a couple of breaths, slowly come back up and we'll go to the other side. Dropping over to the left side, pulling down through your right side. Tilt that chin coming up towards that left side of the shoulder, starting to feel that pull going through. You'll inhale coming back up after you've done 2 to 3 breaths, and we'll go straight to the hands. Are you going to be able to hear me okay? Starting on the right side of the body, you're going to want to have nice equal length through the hand. So when you're on the wall, it'll be shoulder to wrist, nice and wide. And you're slowly going to turn the fingers outward. First starting up with the fingers, you'll turn them back. Holding here, slowly walk away from that arm. You're going to feel the stretch all the way, sometimes from the armpit all the way to the fingers. Tingling is normal, so it may feel a little uncomfortable. That's okay. As long as nothing feels too uncomfortable, you'll be fine. Holding here for a couple of breaths. Inhale. Exhale, coming back to change sides. So changing sides again, you want to start out with the fingers pointing upward, thumb pointing out. And being right in place with that wall. You don't want to be leaning in or coming too far out. Palm needs to be secure on the wall, so if it starts to lift, then you can decide if you need to take the fingers back or what. Turning the fingers back, go ahead and take a couple steps away. Again, if this is feeling too uncomfortable, you can slightly take a couple steps inward or take them away a little bit more. Inhale deeply. And then exhale, coming right back down to center. Okay. Alright. Okay, so this one's going to be a wrist exercise. I'm forgetting, but that's okay. So doing our wrist exercise, we're going to bring hands to namaste. Hands to namaste being starting from the chest. Our goal is to get the elbows and wrists in alignment. So you're going to slowly bring it down as so. This may not feel like a lot, but the goal is to keep the palms together. You may feel this through here, coming down to the forearms. Take a couple of breaths here, full inhales. And inhale, coming right back up. We'll change to the back of the hands. Thumbs pointing outward. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly lowering the palms down. Holding here, you really will feel that intensified stretch through the back of the forearm, and that will be normal. And if at any point this is becoming uncomfortable, you can reverse back from side to side, and that will rotate the wrists. Our next one, we're going to take the hands back to the side of the back. A good note here is not to compensate with the back starting to open it in or out. You want to keep that nice neutral back. And you'll start with the fingers down, thumbs pointing away, and slowly coming to a close so the thumbs are pointing to the side of the back. If this is as far as you can go, we're locating the shoulder stretching here. So if this is as comfortable as it's going to be, you can rest here, or slowly start to roll the hands inward. The full stretch will come to a reverse namaste. If this is too much, then slowly go back to where you were, finding a secure spot. Again, we're not trying to do this. That will kink up the shoulders and back. So just try and stay as neutral as possible, keeping the hands closed. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly unwind and bring the hands back to namaste, back with the hands. That's going to counteract that stretch. Coming from here, you're going to again take the hands behind the back, clasping hands so the palms are facing inward of the back. Start to begin hinging over the hips, lifting the shoulders. You're going to hold here for a few breaths again. One full inhale, one full exhale is necessary. And then from there you can go to a second or third breath. Always inhale, bringing the hands back, slowly coming up. Exhale to release. Okay. So from here, we're going to take a strap. You're going to come to laying on your back. And you're going to start with the right leg, of course. So you'll come to laying on your back. And you may notice that in the back you have this slight lift under the back, so you can take the hand under. You want to pull the belly button down to the floor so there's no way of getting through under that back. You're going to raise the right leg up, take the strap around that leg, holding here. And another little note is to flex that toe rather than pointing or being neutral. You want to bring that in. And finally, lower that left leg completely straight. Raising my strap. Inhale here, taking the strap into the right hand. Exhale over, coming to a point that is comfortable. When the left hip starts to raise, as if I was going too far, you want to slightly pull that leg right back up. And take the left hand to the left hip to hold down. As you breathe, you may notice that this gets easier to go a little bit lower as time goes on. So breathing is necessary while you're stretching. Full inhales, full exhales. Inhale, tightening your core, coming right back up. You're going to change hands, taking the strap from the right hand to the left. Keeping those toes flexed at all times, having the toes looking at you. You'll take the right hand, take the thumb into that crease, take the fingers to the outside of the thigh, and pull away from that inner crease, taking that leg over to the left side. Holding here for a few breaths. Inhale. And finally on your next inhale, come all the way up. You're going to want to hold that pose for a few breaths. Finally at the end, you'll remove the strap and hug that knee all the way into the right side of the body. And changing sides. Again, once you have the strap in secure with that left foot, you'll take the right foot fully extended. Rather than toes pointing, you'll have them flexed looking at you. Inhale, exhale over to that left side, checking that right hip. You'll be holding here again for 2 to 3 breaths. full inhale with a full exhale. And when you're ready to come up, inhale, bringing that leg right back up, changing sides. You'll take the straps into the right hand, left thumb into that left hip crease, the fingers pushing away and down towards the back of the thigh. Drop over on that exhale to the right side. You may feel this stretching the outside of the leg towards the inside as well. It depends on how tight the hamstrings are. Again, if it feels too uncomfortable, just bring it slightly back up. And when you're ready, inhale all the way up, releasing the strap. Take that leg all the way into that left armpit. Wonderful. From here, you're going to bring the knees in. You're going to open up to a T. And whatever side you're going to be going to with the knees, you'll be looking to the opposite shoulder. So I will be taking the knees to the left side first, therefore I will look at the right shoulder. When I'm dropping the knees over, I want to make sure that my right shoulder is staying grounded, so that's why it helps to look at that shoulder. I'm going to inhale, exhale, dropping those knees over to the left elbow. You don't actually have to touch the left elbow, it just gives you an idea of where to be going with the knees. If I was to have started lifting through the shoulder, I would have tightened the core to bring that shoulder back down. So it's just a simple lift of those knees to help with that. Inhale here. And on your next inhale, tighten your core. You'll be changing sides. So again, looking to the left shoulder. You'll be dropping the knees over to the right. You also have an option to advance this if you'd want to. You'll take the right knee over the left. So you can hold here, or you can go all the way through, taking the right foot around the left calf. Inhale and drop over to the left side. Again, you'll hold for a few breaths, tightening the core, coming right back up. You'll change sides. You can always rest here just with a cross leg, or you can finish all the way through. And looking to the opposite shoulder. You'll come all the way down, tightening that core, coming right back up. We'll finish with a sacrum rock. That's really good for that lower back. You'll just hug your knees and rock side to side. And when you're finished, roll up, and that's your static stretch. Alright, so this is going to be the dynamic stretching part. So this is going to be before you start to do your whole workout. This is going to help warm up your muscles. One of the things that you need to remember is to do your constant breathing through this. So I will cue you on what poses are an inhale or an exhale. But other than that, just remember to breathe. So that way you can get that oxygen flowing to your muscles, get everything going, and you'll be ready for your workout. So coming to this flow, it's going to be a little bit faster paced, but I still want you to take your time, making sure that you have strong arms in certain poses and just being fully comfortable, not overstretching, so just be aware of your body and how you're feeling. We're going to start out in plank. So when you're starting out in plank, you want to have the elbow creases facing each other, pushing into that upper body between the shoulder blades so the shoulder blades feel equally spaced, pulling back through the heels. You're going to inhale here, exhale going back into down dog. So in down dog you want to raise those sit bones towards that back wall and fully lifting. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can slightly bend the knees going further back. Or you can lift in those tippy toes, exhale pulling back through those heels. In down dog you want to make sure that you're pressing firmly into the index fingers and wide palms, elbow creases facing each other. Inhale from here into plank. And we're going to chaturanga, slowly coming down. There's two ways you can do this. You can hover all the way down, or you can go knees, chest, chin. From here, you're going to let the hands hover. Inhale up. This is Sphinx pose. Another way to do it is hands down. But just to start warming up the back, I prefer to have your hands hovering. Exhale down, tucking the toes. Inhale up into plank. And exhale back into down dog one more time. Another way you can loosen up is pedaling the feet, taking one knee in. They call this walking the dogs. Inhale, raising that right leg up. You can hold here or advance it by dropping that right foot towards that left hip. Exhale, you're going to swing it through for a runner's lunge, so you can step it up there or just swing it on through. And you're going to bring the right hand inside of that right foot. Lowering back down through that back leg. You're going to slowly come to the forearms and stretching it out. So you'll be holding here. If this is uncomfortable, or if you can't get both forearms down to the mat, you can take a block and rest the hands here. If that is still too difficult, and this is where you're at, that's perfectly fine. Or you can slowly bend the elbows down together. Goal is to keep the knee next to the shoulder. Take 2 full breaths here. On your inhale, inhale into that plank. Exhale, coming back into down dog. And we'll raise the left leg. When you've raised this leg, make sure you pull the opposite heel down, which would be the right heel in this one. Dropping that next leg back towards that right hip. Exhale, coming through to that runner's lunge. And taking the left hand into the left foot. Again, you'll lower all the way down, coming to your forearms, block or top of your hands. And you'll hold here for a couple breaths. Finally, inhale up to the top of the hands, tucking that back toe. Coming back to plank. You'll chaturanga again. Coming down, hover or knees, chest, chin. And we'll go into a full cobra. For cobra, you don't want to be sinking into your shoulders. You want to pull away and do a lift. So you're going to need to tuck the tailbones and coming through. And finally, exhale, coming all the way down. So we're going to warm up for Supermans. So we'll do opposite leg with opposite arm. So left arm and my right leg. You can let the right arm just hover, or you can take it behind the back. It's completely up to you. I'm going to firmly push into the ground with my left leg and inhale up through my right leg, left arm. If my hip starts to raise, I need to pull that right back down. So you want to always feel those hip bones and fully stretch. Changing sides, you're going to take that arm down to bring the right arm out, left arm back. Pushing through the right leg, inhale up through that left leg and right arm. Again, making sure that that hip bone stays down. So if it's lifted, you will tell. And finally coming down. We'll do the legs first, so you can rest the hands and bringing the 2 feet together. You'll raise up through the back body. Trying to keep the feet together is key. Slowly lower down, extend the palms out, hands facing center. Inhale up through the upper body. Finally lowering down, you'll take a break if you'd like, and then you will do full body. Knee to knee, toe to toe, palms out, facing center, inhale up. Exhale down. And you can take a break here. Another one that you can also do after Superman is boat pose. You'll bend the knees, reaching around, grabbing the feet. You want to keep those knees closed. Slowly inhale up through the upper body and then let the knees pull you back. So pull back through those feet. If this is too much, as in it's difficult to grab both feet at the same time, You can keep one side extended and lifting through opposite sides. Right foot to right arm, or left to right, left to left. And holding here. And that's the dynamic flow.